Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all and a very warm welcome to you, and thank you for coming to this event, which we consider to be a very important event with the launch of this new report. At the outset, I'd like to thank my colleagues. This report has been prepared within the sector of Mr. Yo Takagi, our Assistant Director General, who's in charge of our global infrastructure sector. And if you will permit me, some of my other colleagues, Alejandra Roca Campagna, working under Yo Takagi, Andrew Tchaikovsky, from whom you just heard, and Irene Kitsara, and there are other colleagues who have been involved in this. So, why have we done this report? Well, look, the patent system, amongst other things, is an enormously rich source of economic intelligence because it tells us who is patenting, in what areas, in what countries, and so there is a lot of intelligence that we are able to derive from patenting activity all around the world. We have used not just patent applications, as Andrew has mentioned, but we've also used scientific publications, data on scientific publications, new scientific publications. So together, there is an overall picture of what has been happening in both science and in technology in the field of artificial intelligence in the course of actually the last 50 years. We think that this feature of the patent system is often overlooked, but it is extremely important. And we also manage here a rich database called PatentScope, which has over 80 million technology disclosures in it, and which is, of course, freely available for all. Now, what were we trying to do with this report? I think one of the things that we have, one of our intentions with the report is to provide some empirical basis to the widespread discussion that is going on in society all across the world about the arrival of artificial intelligence as a very dominant technology in the contemporary scene. That, I think, will enable, in turn, a more informed policy discussion at the international level about questions concerning or being thrown up by artificial intelligence. We hope to embark upon that discussion or conversation this year with our member states midway through the year. There are many, many questions, very few answers, and of course we are confined to our mandate, which is property rights or intellectual property rights. We can stray a bit from that this morning in our discussions, but for us as an organisation with our member states, the focus will certainly be on this. Now, my colleagues, Alejandra Roca Campagna and Irene Kitsara, will be taking you through the report just now, so I won't dwell on the details, but I would like to make just a couple of comments, if I may, about the report, which, if I also may say, is a very good report. First of all, obviously, there has been an extraordinary surge in patenting activity since the year 2013 in particular. And we see that more than 50% of all the patent applications filed in the field of artificial intelligence in the course of the last 50 years have been filed since 2013. The trends in that show that artificial intelligence has penetrated extensively across all fields of commerce and business. And we see that through the data. It shows that amongst the artificial intelligence techniques, machine learning has been an extremely important focus in the course of the last several years, but not the only one, and we'll hear more about that from both my colleagues and our very distinguished panelists. The data very clearly shows that the United States and China are in leading positions and a long way in advance in terms of numbers that are thrown up by the patent data and indeed by scientific publications. And interestingly, it shows that in the field of patents, business and industry are the dominant players rather than universities and research institutions, which is perhaps not what we may have expected. Although there is a very nice sequence that comes out of the data of seeing a surge in scientific publications in the year 2003 and the surge in patent applications starting around about 2013. So you have a very nice sequence of science followed by technology and applications.